Good afternoon, everybody. Sun's gone in, so the jumper's back on. We finished the C minor concerto RV 197 yesterday. I thought it was a cracking piece. Interesting quote right at the death from of the 441 C minor recorder concerto. Though I have a feeling that it's the C minor recorder concerto that quotes from the Violin Concerto, not the other way around. Today we're back on D major, and we are looking at RV 205, a work that survives in two sources in Dresden, one in Vivaldi's autograph and the other as a set of parts in the hand of Pisendel. Interestingly, if you look at the manuscript, you can just about make out a title that Vivaldi's written here. You can see Concerto, I don't know whether you'll be able to see because it's so faint, but Concerto Facto per Monsieur, and then here, which has almost disappeared entirely, for Monsieur Pisendel. So this is a concerto that Vivaldi actually wrote for his pupil Pisendel when Pisendel was in Venice, either 1716 or 1717. It's got some interesting things about it, notably little cello obbligato moments in the ritornelli, which is relatively unusual. It's very much in the manner of, composed in the manner of, say, the Grosso Mogul concerto, the concerto for the Feast of the Holy Tongue of St. Anthony of Padua. But it's if you just have a look at a bit of the first movement. So that's a sort of typical early 1710s ritornello for you, and then the following solo. Because I mean, my suspicion is that if you take the St. Anthony Concerto, we know that was written in 1712. It's one of the very few manuscripts that's got a date on it. My suspicion is that Pisendel asked Vivaldi to write him something like this. Indeed, if you actually have a look at the manuscript, Vivaldi hasn't produced him a neat copy. Vivaldi's just given him the working manuscript with bits scrubbed out and everything. But there's this kind of cantabile melody that appears in the next solo. It's very, very reminiscent of those two concertos I mentioned. In case you think, you're wondering whether that was a mistake, it's not a mistake. It really is F sharp, F natural. And then in the next solo, something I've only ever encountered once. In the last solo of the first movement of Winter. But the thing is, because the sort of harmonic speed of this concerto is slower than that of Winter, this needs to go faster, which means that this solo is a real bugger. Here we go. Have a look at this. I tell you what, that is really, really hard. Really hard. Interestingly, if you have a look at Pisendel's manuscript, the guy for whom Vivaldi composed this work, if we have a look at the very same place, which is, I did find it earlier. Here we go. Here, you can see that Pisendel has actually chickened out of playing that. Instead of Pisendel's written do-dee, 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 which is a damn sight easier. So the fact that even Pisendel thought that was a bridge too far says all you need to know about how hard it is. The slow movement is really beautiful, really beautiful. But again, Camilla's gone as heave a groan because I'm just not sure about the last movement. It does seem to meander a little bit. Haven't quite finished it yet. One of the interesting things though about the last movement is that if we hear, this is the last page of the last movement. This down here, Vivaldi has written "Qui si ferma a piacimento," which means here one can close according to how you as how you wish. That is what Vivaldi means by here. You can, if you can be bothered, insert a bloody great big cadenza. But there are some Vivaldi, sort of a handful, 5, 6, 7 original Vivaldi cadenzas that survive, but not for this piece. But if we go to another concerto in Dresden, an anonymous concerto, one finds this. And this is a cadenza in D major that has all the hallmarks of being by Vivaldi, although it's not, the concerto itself is not by Vivaldi. This is a cadenza, again in Pisendel's hand, that's probably something that he took from Vivaldi when he was in Venice in 1716, 1717. So I'm putting this cadenza by Vivaldi, which survives in a concerto not by Vivaldi, into a concerto by Vivaldi. So there you go. The aid rating for the C minor concerto yesterday, I think we'll give it 8.5. And see you on Monday to find out how this one does. All right, have a good weekend. Cheers, bye.